Yeah.
So, your favorite memories?
Well, can I go in case my connection gets lost?
Yes.
No one has the best connection of all of us. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Pantelleria, and I know I already talked a little bit about it, but I will never forget seeing how food is grown, because I'm so interested in the way agriculture, and to see the way these ancient terraces were created around this island that was windswept and dry, hardly any water, and these terraces and were a form of agriculture to grow the vine, mostly grapes, but also other things were grown. And this was really part of the traditional, I just keep having to refresh here, the traditional Mediterranean diet. So we got to see this diet of making something of nothing. You know, we always hear the Mediterranean diet is just making something of nothing, but the beautiful cuisine, and to just see how hard they worked at developing these foods over the eons, that was a high point for me.
Yeah,
Do you remember
actually,
seeing
one of my things, I know you're not supposed to take rocks, like from the Acropolis, but this was just in Pantelleria, and it's all volcanic. And I was a geology major first, okay? So I am fascinated with rocks and geology, and that's the basis of agriculture anyway, right? So I have a little piece of lava rock that I keep in my little collection of happy things from travel. So, and one more thing I wanted to say about Oldways, when you're going from place to place, I'll remember, Sarah, that I was looking out the window and we were in Morocco, and I said to whoever was seated next to me, or maybe on the other side, "Hey, I wonder what that is over there." And the gentleman said, "Oh, I'm a geologist. Let me tell you what that," this is the depth of the knowledge and interaction you get on an Oldways Culinaria.
Yeah, so many people from all different walks of life, so many fascinating people. I brought back this little platter from Pantelleria, and it was my souvenir, handmade, and I use this all the time. I always think of Pantelleria. I always try to fit one little thing in my suitcase, but it was hand painted there. It's in a lot of my food photos, so it was
beautiful.
such a fun trip.
That's great. Do you remember how the capers grew too?
Oh,
I think that was a surprise the first time I saw that growing, right along the ground or on the walls, on the rocks. It was, it's amazing.
Oh,
yes.
You had me at capers. You had me at capers.
And they're so delicious.
And the olive oil and the olives and it was the tomatoes, the best tomatoes, really, in that area.
And we went to the home of Fausto Lucchetti, and the expression sun-dried tomatoes? Well, I will never forget that image. And do you remember that on the wall, they had the tomatoes, like there was nails or something, like a rack or something, and they just hung the tomatoes because it was a rock wall where the sun would actually, really hit them. And they were sun-drying the tomatoes. I thought, what a brilliant idea. You just put your tomatoes, hang them up on a wall, and there you go. So
yeah, I remember the photo of that. It's so beautiful.
And beautiful.
Yes.
Well, for all of you who are listening, thank you for coming back and back again and again. To get more information about Oldways Culinaries, which are coming up in 2022, I think we're all ready to travel after being home for so long. But we have 6 planned for 2022 and plant-based Thailand with Sharon in 2023.
And to help you dream a little, everybody, what I was impressed with, Sarah, is as I went onto the website and clicked on the individual trips, it will really show you, because many of them already have the complete agenda, and you can travel in your mind and your taste buds right now. Like, for instance, Naples and pizza, hello. And then Pompeii, we love our food history. And then onto the Amalfi Coast, which couldn't be any more gorgeous. And then Capri. Oh my gosh. This is an elegantly organized trip. And the reason, I believe, Sarah, and I'd like to know, the reason it's all there is because you already have these contacts. You've already done these trips before.
Yeah, it's such a great experience. I can't wait to go on one of the Culinary again. It's
And
just something
there's-
you'll look back on your whole life. Yeah.
And there's continuing education credits for dietitians and ways to help what you do every day with your work and with your family.
And it's great because you don't have to worry about any of the planning. You get to do all of these experiences without, figuring out all the details. Everything's taken care of for you. And you get those experiences you could never find on your own, which is one of my favorite things.
And you make lifelong friends like the two of you. And
Yes.
how I feel about both of you as well. They're certainly lifelong friends. And Carolyn, we even have a friend who met her husband on one of these too.
That's right. That is right. Anything can happen. That's talk about extra credit. Okay. But I just want to say thank you to you, Sarah, for, keeping the flames burning and the flames of the like-minded worlds of travel together and sharing. And again, as I said, if you go to the Oldways website and click on the Culinarius, do yourself, just have some fun reading through the agendas for some of these trips. And it is just, I read something in the travel industry. It's called revenge travel now, like revenge fashion. We're going to wear whatever the heck we want. And so it is like, give you some, what's so cool, again, as Sharon said, give yourself this joy of planning ahead with the knowledge that, believe me, Sarah and her team have already worried about all the stuff you would have worried about on your own. You just figure out what to pack, bring your taste buds, and Sharon will have to be looking for another beautiful piece of ceramics to do her. Oh, the ceramics you'll bring home to do your food styling with. Look at that.
Right.
And of course the recipes. So I can't imagine going without a group of registered dietitians and other food loving people. It is priceless, as I said.
So thank you both very much. Bon voyage to all us. Bon voyage.